So unfamiliar territory for the Seattle Sounders FC in 2012. This is the first road game in MLS this season. We're in the nation's capital, DC United against Seattle Sounders FC. Been called along the back line and in midfield.
Yeah, you got to look for that continuity. You know, whenever you make changes, especially in the back, you're always wondering how everybody's going to link up together. And with this, you know, DC is unchanged from where they were the other night in that win against Dallas. You're looking at the offensive explosion of Di Rosario. Hasn't scored yet this year, but you look for him to get off the mark.
And the first half is brought to you by Subway, the official training restaurant of Sounders FC. DC United in their traditional black with red flashes. Jeff Park is up for this one from the back. Montero's delivery. And it won't test Joe Willis in for the injured Bill Hamid. DC United haven't won back-to-back games as Montero from Estrada gets away the shot, and the first test this evening for Joe Willis. All the way from West Coast to East Coast, to a vibrant atmosphere as Maicon Santos flicks on to De Leon. He'll run it to Yardi. He's only got Salihi ahead of him. Still De Leon. Here is Salihi, and that wasn't very far away.
We've talked about De Leon from the start, and just what a great start to his MLS career he's had, showing why he's early contender for Rookie of the Year. Taking on Patrick Ianni, waits for his opportunity, gets it on, great cross to the front. Right off the stanchion with Sahili.
Free kick that Freddie Montero will take for the Sounders. Good looking ball and the header from Evans. Best chance of the night so far for Seattle.
Almost identical to the free kick we saw earlier, where Willis was able to come out and comfortably catch the ball at his waist. This time, much better runs from the Seattle attackers. Get into that penalty spot, and unfortunately just cannot guide the ball down. Evans open at the penalty spot, unfortunately just can't get the ball between the posts.
Watching the back in your picture knows what it means to score goals here, as he did in the US Open Cup one in 09. Alvaro Fernandez ball in, the only man challenging was Woolard. In comes the shot from Estrada, and Montero is there, and inches past the upright from Freddie Montero, and he knows that was very nearly the opening goal. I don't know how much he knew about it.
Well, we've already seen this season, you know, what shots from distance off of corners can do. The strike from the top of the box. Nope, Freddie's easily onside. Great opportunity for Freddie Montero to get off the mark this season. Tried the slightest deflection to get it on frame.
Space opening up at both ends of the field. A total miscommunication between De Leon and Di Rosario. De Leon has fought back for the ball. Danny Cruz, who's switched wings. De Leon just ahead of him, doesn't need it. Testing Sperling. The giant gloves of the Austrian come to the fore.
To show why Seattle really regarded him highly.
Jeff Park with the cross towards Eddie Johnson. His first act is to win the header. Joe Willis won't need to make the save, but he's been barely on the field 10 seconds, and already we're talking about him in action. No chances taken by Michael Sperling with this two-man wall, but it's set up for a shot, and Sperling. Here's a cross, and again the fists come flying through. Fourth corner.
A little free kick here. You think everybody's going far post. Maicon Santos comes to the near, misses the flick.
As Woolard tries to get DC United going. This is the substitute Boskovic. Back to Kitchen, into Pontius. Nice to Maicon Santos, even nicer back for Pontius. Surely a chance for Chris Pontius. And that may well be a moment he regrets, because he'd found the space behind the back line for pretty much the first time this evening.
Trying to get into the game. I like that from Eddie. At the same time, if I'm DC United, I'd love to see Eddie Johnson out on the wing instead of in the middle of the goal. So I think he'd love to be having those touches.
As Branko Boskovic gets to the edge of the area, and Maicon Santos doesn't get hold of his shot. just by reaching the milestone. Di Rosario hits it. Won't trouble Michael Sperning. He is known to conjure something from nothing, Dwayne Di Rosario. Not this time.
Sounderwall does a great job jumping together, making it more difficult for Dwayne to get the ball up and down from the top of the box to trouble Michael Sperning.
We're into 3 minutes of added time at RFK Stadium. Will there be one last hurrah by the Sounders? It's Nick Dillion for DC. Space opens up for Dillion. Sperling solidly behind it. Here is Birch. Steepling ball will find its way to Levesque. Is there something special right at the last for the Sounders? Ozzy Alonso will try! The rebound off the bar! Might still fall, it won't! Mark Birch was within a whisker of just writing the most perfect return story.
Fantastic strike from Ozzy Alonso.
What drama in the last few moments through Ozzy Alonso and very nearly Mark Birch snatching.
We talked about De Leon having too much space. Now it's Ozzy Alonso too much space. Willis pushes it right into the path of Mark Birch, who would have loved nothing more but to finish this ball off in front of the fans that just booed him for coming on. And unfortunately for the Sounders, he rockets it off the crossbar.
There's a whisker away from doing that, Mark Birch. And that will be it at RFK Stadium. The Sounders very nearly snatching all 3 points. A determined, battling, gutsy performance.